Hello students, today in our lesson magnetism and magnetic effects of electric current, this is the session number 9, and in this session we are going to learn about magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron, Ampere circuital law. We are going to see the definition and the explanations using this Ampere circuital law. Let's move to the first topic. First of all, magnetic dipole moment of revolving electron. See, suppose an electron undergoes a circular motion around the nucleus. If it goes around a circular motion, then the circulating electron in a loop is like current in a circular loop, because since it flows the charges of current. The magnetic dipole moment due to the current carrying circular loop is mu L is equal to I into A vector. Let's take this as the equation number 1. If you put the value of equation number 1 in magnitude, you will get mu L is equal to I into A. If T is the time period of an electron, then the current due to circular motion of the electron is I is equal to minus E divided by T, because here T is the time period of that electron due to the circular motion of that particular electron. So here minus E is the charge of an electron, and R is the radius of the circular orbit, and V is the velocity of the electron in the circular orbit. Therefore, the time period T is equal to 2 pi R divided by V. As you know, 2 pi R is the formula for circular orbit or circumference. Let us take this as equation number 3. Now, using the equation 2 and the equation number 3, while substituting these two values in equation number 1, we get mu L is equal to E divided by 2 pi R by V. That means we substitute this 2 pi R by V instead of the T represent in the equation number 2. So if you substitute the value of I in the equation number 1, that means E minus E divided by 2 pi R V. Okay, and which is equal to into pi R square, because A is equal to pi R square. While substituting all this, you can cancel this R and this R square, then this pi and this pi. We substitute this pi R square instead of this A. Remember, pi R square instead of this A. And finally we get minus EVR divided by 2, because already we have a minus here. You can see the minus for E. So mu L is equal to minus EVR divided by 2. Let us take this as the equation number 4. See, according to the picture, the electron revolving in a circular orbit, and the direction of magnitude dipole moment vector and orbital angular momentum vectors are opposite to each other. See what I explained you. The electron is revolving. Here you can see the electron. It is revolving in a circular orbit. Actually, the direction of the magnetic dipole moment vector, this is the direction of the magnetic dipole moment vector, and the orbital angular momentum, this is the orbital angular momentum, are opposite to each other. You can see they are opposite to each other. As you know, A is equal to pi r square in the is the area of the circular loop, and by definition the angular momentum of the electron about O, this midpoint O, is equal to L is equal to R into P vector. Here P represents the angular momentum. Therefore, substitute the values in magnitude, we get L is equal to Rp or mv into R. I think you know P is equal to mv. Let's take this L equal to Rp, which is equal to mvr, as the equation number 5. Using the equation 4 in the equation number 5, we get mu L by L, right? Mu L by L is equal to minus EVR by 2 divided by MVR. While substituting the values, you can cancel the both upper denominations and downward. So you can cancel this V and this V. You can cancel this R and this R, so that you get minus E by 2m. This 2 comes to this downward, so 2m. Therefore mu L is equal to, you can take this L to the right hand side, therefore mu L is equal to minus E by 2m into L vector. This negative sign indicates that the magnetic moment and the angular moment are opposite in direction. This magnetic moment and the angular moment are opposite in direction. So in magnitude, mu L by L is equal to E by 2m. E value, as you know from the lesson 1, 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. 2 into mass of the electron, 2 into 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31. If you subtract, if you divide the this 2, you will get 0.0878 into 10 to the power 12. Or mu L by L is equal to 8.78 into 10 to the power 10 C kg minus 1, and which is equal to constant. The ratio mu L by L is a constant, and it is known as a gyromagnetic ratio E by M. Gyromagnetic ratio E by M. It must be noted that the gyromagnetic ratio is a constant of proportionality which connects the angular momentum of the electron and the magnetic moment of the electron. Remember, gyromagnetic ratio is a constant proportionality and it connects angular momentum of the electron and the magnetic momentum of the electron. Therefore, according to the Niels Bohr quantization rule, the angular momentum of an electron moving in a stationary orbit is quantized. Therefore, L is equal to nh bar, which is equal to n into h by 2 pi, which you learned earlier in the classes. So h is the Planck's constant, which is h is equal to 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joules second, and number n takes the natural numbers. Therefore mu L is equal to E by 2m into L, and substituting the values we get n into, that means if you substitute the value n into h by 2 pi instead of L in this equation, then n into EH divided by 4 pi m into am square, or mu L is equal to, I think you know the value of E, so n into 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 19 divided by 4 pi m into am square. Further, substituting the h value, m value and the pi value, you can get n, which is n into 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 19, and the h value 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34, and this is the Planck's constant value, h into pi value 3.14, and mass of electron 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31. While substituting all and dividing both up and down, you get mu L is equal to n into 9.27 into 10 to the power minus 24 am square, or mu L is equal to 9.27 into 10 to the power minus 24 joule Tesla minus 1. Mu L, the whole bracket minimum, is equal to mu B. Therefore, mu B is equal to E by EH divided by 4 pi m, 9.24 into the power minus 24 am square, and which is called as the Bohr magnetron. See, this value is called the Bohr magnetron. This is convenient unit with which one can measure the atomic magnetic moments. Now let's see Ampere circuital law. What do you mean by this Ampere circuital law? Ampere's circuital law is used to calculate magnetic field at a point whenever there is regularity in the problem. This is similar to Gauss law in electrostatics. These are powerful methods whenever there is symmetry in the problem. Now, definition and explanation of Ampere circuital law. Ampere circuital law: the line integral of magnetic field over a closed loop is mu naught times net current enclosed by the loop. That means this is the line integral of a closed loop, and B dot dl is equal to mu naught into I enclosed. Here I enclosed is the net current linked by the closed loop C. Now note that the line integral does not depends on the shape of the path or the position of the conductor with the magnetic field. So line integral over a line or a curve, it has a symbol of integral symbol. Then closed line integral means over a closed curve or a line which has a symbol of this. It's a closed, and which is, if it is a closed curve, then you can put a C in this integral. Now let's move to another question. Magnetic field due to the current carrying wire of infinite length using Ampere's law. Just now we learned about the Ampere's law, and now we are moving to the application of this Ampere's circuital law. Consider a straight conductor of infinite length carrying current I and the direction of magnetic field lines as shown in the figure. Since the wire is geometrically cylindrical in shape, the symmetrical about its axis, we construct an Amperean loop in the form of a circular shape at a distance r from the center of the conductor as shown in the figure. From Ampere's law, we get closed integral C B dot dl is equal to mu naught I, where this dl is the line element along the Amperean loop, that means tangent to the circular loop. Hence the angle between the magnetic field vector and the line element are 0. Therefore, closed integral C B dot dl is equal to mu naught I. I is the current enclosed by the Amperian loop. Due to symmetry, the magnitude of the magnetic field is uniform over the Amperian loop. We can take B out of the integration. We can take B out of the integration and we can put the values as B closed integral C dl is equal to mu naught I. For a circular loop, remember, for a circular loop, the circumference is 2 pi r. Okay, so it implies us that B closed integral 0 to 2 pi r, because it's a circumference, dl is equal to mu naught I. If you integral the values, then B dot 2 pi r is equal to mu naught I, or B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. In vector form, the magnetic field is B vector is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r into n cap, where n cap is the unit vector along the tangent of the Amperian loop as shown. Thank you students, study well.